Meantime, let's get back to our discussion about the stimulus package, which we're hearing from some quarters may get a vote as soon as today in the Senate. Let's hear from Steve Forbes, President and CEO of Forbes magazine and former presidential candidate himself. Steve, welcome. Always great to have you with us.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
All right, so here's what we have right now. Harry Reid comes out and says, you know, we're going to have a vote on this today. He doesn't like this whole idea of the 25 senators, some Republicans, some Democrats, who got together from both sides and chopped about $200 billion. They attempted to chop $200 billion out of this package. And meanwhile, the president is saying, you know what, the time for talk is over. We need action on this. What do you think, Steve?
Well, there has been no time for talk anyway. The president made it very clear even before he took the oath of office that he wanted this thing done. And so you have a 600-plus page bill that very few people really know what's in there. And the general outline of what we do know, we know from past experience, is not going to be very stimulative for the economy. It's going to take years to get a lot of this stuff out there, and is indeed an invitation to waste, which is why moderate Democrats are having very real second thoughts. A lot of them are coming up for re-election next year, and they don't want this thrown back in their face.
You know, since you brought up that a lot of people don't know what's in there, I just want to show a couple of items that were pointed out by Dan Henninger in the Wall Street Journal. And this is a quote from Dan's piece, and I want to get your thoughts on it, Steve. It says, not less than $6 billion shall be used for construction, repair, and alteration of federal buildings. The Bureau of Land Management gets $325 million. These are just little line items, folks, in this budget to spend on fixing federal land, including trail repair and remediation of abandoned mines and well sites. And take a look at this one. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention are getting $462,000 for equipment, construction, and renovation of facilities, including necessary repairs. Excuse me. We don't talk in hundreds of thousands, do we? Repairs and improvements to leased laboratories. It goes on and on and on. And Dan Henninger, Steve, accuses this package of being more about, you know, redecorating than pretty much anything else in terms of public, you know, private sector stimulant. What's going on here?
Well, it's just shoveling out money. And it goes back to a faulty theory, allegedly to John Maynard Keynes, that if you just get the money out there, that'll stimulate the economy like putting fuel in a car. But this fuel is watered. It's tainted. And it's not going to work because to get the money, they have to take it or borrow it from somewhere else. If they were truly interested in stimulus, what they would do is reduce the payroll tax, say, by half for 2 years. That gets money into people's hands.
But Steve, you know,
reduces the cost of hiring people.
We just heard the president, and he looks unhappy, and he came out and he said, you know what? You guys tried all this for the past 8 years and longer than that. It doesn't work. It didn't work then. It's not going to work now. He basically, and I'm paraphrasing right now, said, you know, it's our turn. This is what you voted for. Give this whole thing a chance.
Well, the American people aren't impressed with what they've seen, which is why the House Republicans felt safe in voting against it, and why a lot of the Democrats in the Senate are very queasy about it. They know this thing is very, very warped, that it's got a lot of flaws in it. And again, if the administration had a real discussion on what's going to stimulate the economy, like reducing the payroll tax, like doing a few other things that would get things moving again, why, they could have crafted a bipartisan thing. But the House Democrats would have nothing to do with it. And you see Harry Reid is uppity and harumping that he wants no compromise at all.
All right, Steve Forbes, we're going to have a lot more talk about this, and I hope you'll join us for it in the near future. Always great to have you with us, Steve. Take care.
Appreciate it.